welcome to Serial at Midnight. My name is Heath, and in this episode, I'm going to give you my review for the $6 Million Man and the Bionic Woman complete series Blu-ray box sets from Shout Factory. These were both released in 2022 with the cooperation of Universal, who's done a lot of the heavy lifting here, supplying the transfers, though Shout Factory has brought some new things to the table, so we're going to get into that. I think the goal of this video for a lot of you guys, maybe you already have these on DVD, and you're wondering if you should upgrade. That's the question I get a lot, so that's one of the things I want to tackle in this video. I love both shows. I think they are great. They have a timeless quality. They're rooted in the 70s. The fashion, the music, like the sound effects. But they have a practicality. They have a realism. You know, they're based fairly accurately on existing science or emerging science at the time. The idea of bionic people with cybernetic implants, basically, is what we're talking about. It was very cutting edge at the time, and I've had the great pleasure to interview Kenneth Johnson, who he did not create the $6 Million Man. He was the showrunner on the Bionic Woman. He contributed a lot of stories to the $6 Million Man, and then of course he would go on to be the showrunner for the Incredible Hulk. But what I learned in talking to him is that he does approach things from a very real perspective. He needs that character rooted in reality, and then the fantasy elements can embellish that, but that's got to be the core. And I think that's the appeal. That's why this show still holds up more than some of the. There's a lot of shows from the 70s and the 80s and even the 90s that don't hold up now because they're so fantastical and they can be silly, but that is not a word you use to describe either one of these shows, in my opinion. So this is an incredibly well done undertaking. What's cool about these is that you have, if you're a fan of both shows, you're going to want to get both box sets, but Shout Factory has set these up so that if you just want one or the other, you have everything you need. So crossover episodes are included on both sets, and they're on the discs right where they're supposed to be, so you don't have to, they're not in the special features, they're in the order. Okay, so this now, episode 1 was the $6 Million Man, episode 2 is the Bionic Woman. They're in the order that they need to be watched, so that's great. No more than 4 episodes on each disc, and here, I'll give you a tour of the packaging here. I think they are, it's beautifully done. The Blu-rays are reminiscent of the way the DVDs were packaged, with the artwork on each. So here's our season 1. Here, well, let's just go through these one at a time quickly. So season 1 has new audio commentaries by Herbie J. Pilato, who's the author of the Bionic book, The $6 Million Man and the Bionic Woman Reconstructed. Great. His commentaries are great. He really knows his stuff. Featurettes, Real Bionics, and an iconic opening. Season 1 VIPs, this is a look at the guest stars of the first season, and OSI Mission Debriefing, Executive Producer Harv Bennett, Bionic Breakdown, a lot of stuff. So you see they're carrying over everything that we already had. They're also bringing new commentaries here. The pilot movies, for those in the know, this series launched with 3 pilot films, based on a novel too. And those pilot films are presented in both their broadcast, the original movie style. They're an hour and 15 minutes, so probably a 90-minute time slot. That or the syndicated versions where, it's broken up. So that's really cool. Again, no more than 4 episodes per disc. All of the pilot films are on one disc. They're on the first disc. And there's no... I should talk about the video quality briefly. So these are not... From what I've read and what I've uncovered, these masters are from about 2015 is what I think I read. So they're not as new. I don't think these are 2K scans or anything like that. But they are, as with a lot of Universal titles. I'm thinking of Magnum P.I. I'm thinking of the A-Team. They're not brand new transfers. But what it is, as presented, they are definitely a noticeable jump in quality over the DVDs. And because that's really the point. It's like, does this look better than the DVDs? Yeah, it absolutely does. It could look better, honestly, if these were new, fresh scans. It could look better, but it's quite solid for what it is. So here's is this season 2? Yeah, here's season 2. And new audio commentary, featurette, the Bionic sound effects. Season 2 VIPs, a look at the guest stars of the second season, and audio commentaries on select episodes by Kenneth Johnson. Stay tuned, because there's more Kenneth Johnson stuff coming up here. Season 3, And we have The Search for Bigfoot featurette, Season 3 VIPs, and then audio commentaries with Cliff Bowl and Kenneth Johnson. Here's Season 4 in a bigger case to accommodate the 7 discs that are here. But again, still no more than four episodes per disc. New audio commentaries by Herbie J. Pilato. Audio commentary with director Cliff Bowl. Featurette, The $6 Million Fans, Season 4 VIPs, OSI Mission Debriefing, Richard Anderson, who's Oscar Goldman, and then bonus episodes of The Bionic Woman. And as I've already told you, they're integrated into the running order of the show. So it's really appreciated. Season 5, see, everything's color coded to the theme of that season. Featurette, The $6 Million Man, Best Villains and Best Fights. But wait, so here's the reunion films. There were 3 reunion films, and they're presented here. Sandra Bullock's in one of the reunion films. But so this is what's great. So the OSI Mission Debriefing, writer and producer Kenneth Johnson. This is I think it's 88 minutes. It's like an 88-minute conversation with Kenneth Johnson. And here, I'll even show you. This is on two Blu-rays. This is important because if you only pick up The Bionic Woman, this has the reunion films as well, but it doesn't have the Kenneth Johnson that feature. So let's go through these as well. So here's The Bionic Woman. Again, really, really well done. Here's Season 1. New audio commentary with Herbie J. Pilato. You see, they're siblings. They're meant to, like, I feel like they're of a piece, if you know what I mean. Like they're companions to each other. These 2 box sets. They don't feel like they were produced independently. They feel like they were produced to be enjoyed together at the same time. New audio commentaries by Herbie J. Pilato. Bionic Beginnings, a gag reel, original promos. Here's Season 2. New audio commentaries, and then archival audio commentaries with Lindsay Wagner, director Alan J. Levi, and creator, writer, director Kenneth Johnson. Toy Still Gallery. That's cool. Toy Stills. Bionic Testing Center Still Gallery. Look at this. Aren't those beautiful? So I should also say, given the 4 episodes per disc, I don't think any of the box sets that I've named or that I'm thinking about, the A-Team, Magnum PI, I don't think any of those have just 4 episodes per disc. And I feel like Shout Factory probably could have done 5 per disc to reduce the disc count. It may have kept the cost down, the production cost, and the retail price down, because these do bear a higher retail price. But it does, it is that retail price does show in the product. Like, they've gone above and beyond. The discount here is through the roof. Like, not discount, the disc count, the number of discs. It really is a maximum quality package. So here's Season 3. Q&A with Lindsay Wagner, audio commentaries with the writers, podcast with Bionic fan and collector James Sherrard, and featurette Bionic Blast. Okay, so here is our reunion films, which again, same films as the $6 Million Man set, but it's a little bit different. Oh, I should also mention that the third film is remastered in 2K. So that's a brand new scan. That's unique to this set. So you're getting high definition transfers of all of them, but that final film has a brand new 2K scan. And if you don't know, in case you're not super versed on what that means, a 2K scan is a really high quality scan. You could do a 4K scan, but if you're releasing something on Blu-ray, most of that 4K benefit is lost. So a 2K scan for Blu-ray is really good. That's probably about as good as a Blu-ray is ever going to look. So the fact that they gave that new movie from 1994, or the reunion movie from 1994, the new 2K scan, is really, really appreciated. And you notice there are none of the stuff that was on the other disc, the reunion, so it's not the same disc. You notice that. That's the point. Look at that. Look at that beautiful artwork. So I think for fans of these shows, you need them both, but and they're not they're not the same. They're fairly unique products, and I feel like a lot of time and thought has been put into these releases. I recommend them. I think they're pretty great. They're probably some of my favorite releases of the entire year. But hopefully I've armed you with enough information so you can make up your own minds. I'm going to put links in the description of this video so that if you do decide that these are for you and you want to pick them up, you can use those Cereal at Midnight links. You'll be supporting this channel. We get a little bit of a percentage off of that, and you're voting for physical media. These are in your collections forever. I do think sometimes when I do reviews like this, people say, "Do you think there's ever going to be a 4K for these?" I do not. TV on Blu-ray, as it is already, how do I want to say this? That's already better than I think. That's already pretty great. TV on Blu-ray is, it doesn't sell as well as TV on DVD. And just TV in general, a lot of people are streaming these days, and they're perfectly happy to just stream. So with releases like these, they have to be profitable, right? They're both great shows and great products, and I'm really glad that they did. But the idea that there's going to be another format after this, I really don't think so. I think this is probably the last stop for both of these shows on physical media. So if you love these shows and you support physical media, I think you're going to be happy adding these to your collection. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out, talking to me about these Bionic shows. What do you think about them? I would love to continue the conversation in the comments below. Thank you so much. Take care. And until next time, I will catch you later.